morning and welcome to our first press briefing for the day. All good this side to be in Nelson Mandela Bay and to kick off for this week with our press briefings as we prepare for the first test against Argentina this coming Saturday in the Castle Lager Rugby Championship. We have assistant coach Deon Davids to look after the forwards and hooker Malcolm Marx. If I can just get another sound check before we start with our questions. Thank you. And while I wait, if I can just again just underscore that you need to lift your hand virtually. Please turn off your video as well as your sound. When I call out your name, you obviously must activate your mic and then tell me who you want to chat to. Okay, we're going to go one or two questions to Matthew Pierce of SuperSport, and then we will kick off with the other questions. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Rayan. Good morning, Deon, Malcolm. Thank you very much. Congratulations on the series win. Deon, I think from a forwards perspective in particular, if we reflect on the fact that 5 test matches ago, Rugby World Cup final, the Springboks had Tendam Tawarira, Peter Stephen, Wayne Vermeulen, Ergis Snyman, Francois Lowe in that team 5 test matches ago. How proud are you of what this group of forwards has achieved, especially over this test series? And what does it say for the depth available to the Springboks?
Yeah, obviously I'm very, very proud of the performance of the players. It was a very tough series. It was very competitive up front. And we, I think as a group, we grew from test 1, from the Georgia test, going into the series. It was a consistent process of us trying to improve ourselves. But having so much experience in the side helped a lot. And also the willingness of the players to share that experience with the youngsters, the new guys coming in, that's very encouraging. And also the guys that assisted the forward pack, who don't normally play every week, but assisted so tremendously in preparing the starting pack in the different test matches. They played a huge role, painting pictures that we can expect and assisting us in terms of finding solutions for that, so that the starting pack can perform, whether it's scrums or lineouts on the day. All of those factors were very important, and to achieve what we've achieved, and really the forwards in the 3rd test match handling big moments in the game, that was really encouraging and really satisfying.
Now, you obviously want to get off to a positive start in the Rugby Championship, but given the depth available to you and the physical toll of the last 3 weeks, I know the team announcement is only tomorrow, but is there? Are you looking to deploy some of that depth in the coming week or two?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's obviously things that we consider. We're only a third now in our season, but we come from a very, very competitive series. There's also a lot of guys that obviously have performed well, guys that got an opportunity. So the performance of the players, the workload of the players, the teams that we play against, all of those things play an important role. Obviously, injuries occur. All of those things play an important role in our consideration. But those are things that we've looked at the start of the season. We've understood, we've looked at different scenarios in terms of our performances and things that might happen in the British and Irish Lions series, and how things will then unfold from that into the championship and later into our end of year tour. So taking all those factors into consideration obviously brings us to certain decisions, and obviously as for this upcoming week, we will consider all that, whether whether it's player rotation, whether it's continue with players based on their performance, or whether it's building more depth in the squad, or handle certain challenges. Those are all the things that we will consider in making our final decisions for the team this coming weekend.
Thank you, Deon. A quick question from Malcolm, if I may, Rayon. Malcolm, just from a player's perspective, reigning rugby championship champions, World Cup champions, Lions series winners, for so many of the squad, you've achieved so much. So now with the rugby championship looming, what is the mindset of the players like? Is it a complete reset? Is it building on what you've achieved now? If you could just tell us a bit about what it's meant to the players, this group, and then how you're approaching this rugby championship.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Morning, Matt. Yeah, obviously, the British and Irish series was a great series, and obviously amazing feeling for the squad and the team to obviously come out victorious in that. But I think for me personally, it's quite important that we've won that series, but now it's on to the next task. It's on to the championship, and we're focusing on Argentina for the weekend. Yeah, it was, like I said, it was a great feeling, and it was awesome for the team and awesome for the country. But yeah, we have to move on to the next task, which is the championship and Argentina on the weekend. And
just last question, Sia said what this experience has done for all of you is made you reflect on what you have and what to be grateful for, as opposed to the sacrifices you've had to make. There's clearly a very strong bond across this team, which we witnessed on Saturday.
Yes, definitely, I would agree.
Thank you, Matthew, and thank you, Malcolm. Nathan Kogela, we in your neck of the woods. Good morning, and your question is too.
Good morning, Ray, Coach Deon, and Malcolm. Coach Deon, from the last series, we know Faf, Ox, Peter, Steph, Dwayne, including Reynard, just to name a few, were injury concerns. Can you give us an update on these players? Will they be available this week, as you'll be announcing the start tomorrow? And then for Malcolm, last week New Zealand faced the Australians. Can you give us your reactions, and what could we expect from both sides, judging from that fixture?
Yeah, Nathan, just on that question, normally on a Monday, as I said, we're going into our normal 48-hour protocol. We're waiting for medical assessments, and then obviously we are considering, as I said, all of those players, and we will make their decision once they've completed the assessment.
Thank you, Coach Deon, and we say good morning to Ken Boland.
Malcolm didn't answer the question with the fixture between New Zealand and Australia.
Oh, okay. Apologies,
yeah,
Malcolm.
It looked like a tough game, but like I said before, I think we're focusing on Argentina. It's our first game against them this weekend, and I think when we get to those games, I think we'll prepare accordingly to what we see. And yeah, I think our focus for now is just on Argentina for the first game.
Thank you, Malcolm. Thank you, Nathan. Ken, you're up next now.
Thanks, Ryan. Good morning. Morning, Deon. Morning, Malcolm. Congratulations, guys, on a really epic series win. Malcolm, that series win obviously took a lot of physical effort from you guys, but mentally as well. I mean, we could see the outpouring of emotion at the end of the game. It would be understandable if, the week after that, there might be a little bit of flatness in the squad, having scaled such a high. From the players' point of view, how are you feeling at the moment? How much fuel is in the tank mentally? How are you feeling? And then, Deon, just for you, as coaches, how do you ensure that there isn't that kind of flatness this week, which can so often happen after such a memorable triumph?
Yeah, it was unbelievable, the experience, and I think there are a few sore bodies, as there are after every international test, and mentally it was a bit draining, but I think we haven't played together. We hadn't played together before the series and the Georgian test for over a year and a half. So me personally, I'm still hungry to keep going. yeah, looking forward to the week ahead. Regardless of if the bodies are sore or mentally tired, it's on to the next challenge, and that's personally what I'm focusing on.
Thank you,
just
Ken.
from a coaching perspective, we really enjoyed winning the series, and on Saturday night, obviously after the game, we celebrated that the achievement, but because of the professionalism in the squad and the preparation that we've done before, the focus quickly shifted from there onto our next task. And obviously, from a coaching perspective, it's important to bring that reality to the players as soon as possible, which we've done, and also giving the players, as I said, an idea in terms of the planning that how things will unfold going into this week, because we were aware in terms of what the scenario might be going into this week. So yeah, we started out full out today, starting to focus and going through some pictures and what we can expect from Argentina. And yeah, it's for us a normal test week, focusing on the task at hand, and we will prepare accordingly.
Thank you, Deon. And we go over to Justin Ford of ENCA.
Good morning, everybody. Coach and Malcolm. Coach, just from a bubble point of view, the extremities for the British and Irish Lions proved to be successful in that the space that you guys found yourselves in allowed for the management and players to be very safe. We had no further issues, post the Georgian series. Just from a mindset point of view, is that something the players really are now familiar with? Generally, in a test week, post that, there would have been some form of engagement, but now that is obviously changed. It's something that the players have become used to, that you guys don't have to focus too much on that mindset, that they're now operating in different spaces.
Definitely, I must commend the players on how they adapted to the situation. Also, the staff, everyone. I think we've experienced complete of a lot of difficulties, but the players and everyone adapted really well. And I think being together for such a long time, you get used to certain rotations and the rhythm in terms of how things unfold. And I think for us being in this bubble for so long, it's easy to go to shift from one day to the other. And obviously for us now, a change of scenery, although the same protocols are still here as it was before, being back in Port Elizabeth and enjoying the friendly city. It's refreshing, and we just started as normal today.
Thank you. Syrian Kennedy.
Hi, Deon. Can I just ask about RG Snyman being released back to Munster? Was he ever close to featuring during the Lions series, and when do you think he will be fit to play again?
RG Snyman was always being part of our plans going forward. Medically, I think he's still busy with his rehabilitation, and I think it will definitely be considered as soon as there's a lot of improvement that he will form part of the squad going forward for the next couple of test matches.
Thank you. Carl Fabian, good morning.
Morning, Ryan. Morning, Coach. Morning, Malcolm.
I can't hear anything.
Normally, you're allowed 28 players on the Rugby Championship.
Ryan, sorry, but I can't hear anything.
Can you hear me now?
Carl, you're very faint. Yes, what is your question? You can go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Do you want to ask about the size of the squad?
Yeah, the size of the squad, will it be cut down? And of course, normally it's only 28 players allowed to go overseas.
Thank you, Carl.
Rugby Championship.
Diony wants to know about the size of the squad.
We've got a bigger squad now for the rest of the series. Obviously, we have to come from a very a tough series. We also have a couple of niggles and injuries in our squad. We also had players that formed part of the squad prior to the start of the test. So it's obviously we got players in last week to form part of the bigger squad, and we will continue to assess that situation in order to build depth for the upcoming test matches.
Thank you, Deon and Carl, for your information as well as the media audience. We issued yesterday a statement, obviously stating all the names of the players in the squad. So if you don't have that, please just let me know, and I'll forward the squad names to you. Fatima, good morning.
Hi, morning. Thanks, Ray. Morning, Coach Deon and Malcolm. Coach, I just wanted to ask you a question. You obviously set an incredible, or built an incredible foundation from the previous competition. Do you feel that now at this stage there's a lot or some more work that needs to be done? Obviously, it's a different type of competition, a different assignment for the entire team. Do you feel that the mindset has to change for them as well immediately for this rugby championship?
It's important. I think the players understand the importance of going into this competition. We are the defending champions. Obviously, we would like to defend the title in this competition successfully. Obviously, the players, in terms of how they prepare and how they look at this competition and the rest of the year, I'm really satisfied in the way that, in terms of how they take responsibility and react in terms of the challenges that lies ahead. As I've mentioned before, the beauty of us preparing is that although the players are not starting, they do their best to do their homework off field and trying to prepare the players that's gonna play on game day. And I think the players that have played in these test matches, if other players now get an opportunity to be considered for these games, they will also make sure that they do everything in their power to ensure that these players are prepared to the best of their ability going into the next games. And having that environment and open-mindedness and approach on and off the field helps a lot in creating the right mindset during training and in our preparation for the rest of the week. So from that perspective, I can only commend the professionalism and of the players, and it's not actually so much about us motivating them. I think they understand the task. They're proud to represent the country. They're proud to defend the title. They want to get better. They want to improve. They also want to assist other players to get better. So working in such an environment is encouraging, and I think the players, in my opinion, their mindset will be ready in the challenges that lies ahead for them in this competition.
Sabu, you up next.
Hi, Rayan. Thanks for allowing me to ask the question, and good morning to the gentlemen at the table. My question is to Coach Deon Davids. Coach Deon, a word please on Trevor Nyakana's performances off the bench, his contribution as both a loose head and a tight head prop in one same series, and doing well on the bench as a starter. If you may give us a word on him. Also, Mauro Itoje was named player of the series. Did that surprise you? And who do you think in the South Africans had a good shout at that honor?
Aswil, thanks. It's a good question. I think you would understand that I, at this stage, won't want to highlight a specific player. I think there was tremendous contributions from the forward pack as well and in the back line. So I would like to commend all the players in terms of their effort. Mario Itoje, we know, he's an exceptional player. I want to congratulate him for getting that award. Obviously, I would also always prefer one of our players to to get that award or that recognition. And then in terms of Trevor Nyakana for me is a champion. Sorry, Trevor Nyakana for me is a champion. A champion in the sense that whatever task is given to him, he always do it with the right attitude and always give 100%, as has been shown in his performances on tight end as well as Lucid. And having a player with that assets in a team just broaden your base or in terms of depth and gives you much more options. So yeah, we're very happy in terms of what he's achieved and also how he assists the other players around. And also having a guy like Oxlade around together with him and Stephen Kitshoff, it's exciting prospects going forward.
Sorry, Coach Deon, just a quick one follow-up. Oxlade's injury, is he looking good to be part of the team this week?
Now, Oxlade is at this stage is training, and he will definitely be considered also for this upcoming game.
Thank you, Sabu. And we're going to round off this session, and we're going back to Nathan Gogela.
Thanks, Ray, again. Coach Deon, more of a personal question. Back to your old stomping ground in Gqeberha, but before that, you're obviously in Georgia with SWD. Can you just talk us through how special it is to be back in Gqeberha again, formerly with the Southern Kings, now with the Boks?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic to be back. Obviously, a lot of good memories. Had a lot of good friends. Had some challenging times, but also very inspiring times. Obviously, it's special to share this occasion with players that started with me out in 2016, like Lucanio Arm, Makazole Mapimpi 2017. Yeah, and just see what they've achieved and now been able to be with them, part of winning the British and Irish Lions series. So yeah, it's special. It's special to be back. Obviously, more special to be with them in this specific area and competing with them with the Springboks. Yeah, looking forward to looking. And I'm just humbled and thankful for it.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Coach Deon, and thank you, Malcolm Marx. Just need to quickly a correction or just a matter of fact. Itoje's award was obviously as a Lion of the series, their team player of the series. My understanding, there was no individual man of the series from both sides, but our media, the South African media, have been invited to name their Springbok of the series. So please check your inbox and please forward your nomination as soon as possible. Once again, thank you, Deon. Thank you, Malcolm, for your participation. Thank you to our media audience where you are. Be safe. Our next media engagement will then be tomorrow afternoon. It will be the team announcement, the team that will face Argentina on Saturday at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. Thank you and goodbye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.